What's the word, YouTube? I'm your host, Quillysantana. You watching the Brands of Sports. Welcome back to the TBOS podcast. I'm your host, The Brains, aka Quillysantana. And today, man, we got a special video, man. We're going to be covering my favorite team. We're going to give our playoff preview for the Patriots versus Texans game. I'm going to give my prediction. I got the Patriots winning in Gillette Stadium. I don't see especially no dome team or no warm weather team coming to Gillette and beating us. And even though this is probably the best defense we've seen since the no-fly zone Broncos, I don't think they're going to beat us either. If I give a score prediction, it'd probably be like I'm looking at something like 23-10, 17-10, something like that, 20-10. We probably gonna get like somewhere 17 to 23 points. I see them getting anywhere from between 10 to 13 points. I don't really see them scoring no more than 2 touchdowns. So they might get 14, but I don't see them getting like over 2 touchdowns at all. Just because I feel like that offense is not really that good, which I've been saying this all year. Just go check out the channel. I made a video about them, all their Super Bowl contenders after the Chargers game where we broke down film, and I've said no. So I'm not believing that offense at all. I don't think they're gonna run the ball on us at all, especially not a healthy front seven. They're not running the ball on us. It's not gonna happen. So that's just my opinion. But we're gonna break down some film. We're gonna get right into this video though. So let me get y'all. Let me switch on over so we can get to this. We can get into this. So boom. So let's get it. So we got yards per game. Patriots are third. You know what I'm saying? Houston, Texas are 18th. Patriots are second in points per game. Fourth best passing offense. Sixth best rushing offense. Houston is 13th in points per game. 14th best passing offense. 22nd rush offense. Yards. Then you get to defense. We got the 8th best defense versus the best defense in the NFL. The 4th best scoring defense versus the 2nd best scoring defense. The 9th ranked pass defense unit versus the 6th ranked pass defense unit. And we got the Patriots are 6th in run defense, and the Texans are 4th. So, like I told y'all, that I don't think that the Texans are gonna run on us at all. I don't see them really creating a real run game. Like I know that they ran the ball last week on Pittsburgh, and a lot of people gonna bring that up, but that was Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh defense is not really actually good. You get what I'm saying? Pittsburgh defense is not really good. Pittsburgh pass defense is bad. Like, you can move the ball up and down the field on Pittsburgh. What they specialize in getting sacks and turn the ball over. Like, they thrive and actually live off negative plays. If you can limit the negative plays, then you can go up and down the field and like they're not a great defense. Like, the difference between a great defense and like a defense like the Steelers, like, example, Exhibit A, like the Houston defense. The Houston defense don't need turnovers to get stops. They don't need them. They don't need turnovers. They don't even need sacks. They can just get This is why, like, a lot of people had a problem with Will Anderson Jr. Making first team all defense, but Will Anderson Jr. is like top 4, top 3 in pressures. Probably like top 1. I think he's done the most pressures. It might not always, you know what I'm saying, you might not always get sacks out of it, but pressuring the quarterback is down there a bigger stat than sacks. Well, I ain't gonna say a bigger stat, but it's super, super important. So they don't even need the sacks. They don't even need the picks. They can just go out there and get stops. Like, you're not going to move up and down the field on them at all. So that's why they're the second best scoring defense, but they're no yards per game defense. You get what I'm saying? So they don't need negative plays. They're not dependent. I ain't gonna say they don't need them, because every good defense needs negative plays to be a good defense. But what I'm saying is they're not dependent on it. That's the proper. You know what I'm saying? They're not depending on turnovers to be good. Like, even the Bears. The Bears are no one takeaway defense in the NFL, but they're not good as far as getting stops and creating pressure and all that. So, like I said, they ran the ball last week on Pittsburgh. I don't really see them running the ball on New England like that at all. Especially, you can say, like, they got the 6th best rush defense. But what people don't know is that Milton Williams went on IR for a few weeks, and then we lost Robert Spillane and Harold Landry was dealing with a knee injury, and we kind of lost a couple guys in the front seven, which allowed teams to start running the ball on us a little bit. And now that Milton Williams has came back these last 2 weeks, Robert came back last week. You know, Harold Landry took a couple weeks off down the stretch. The front seven is more fresh and healthy. And you see, last week we only allowed 31 yards rushing. Because remember, we were the number one rush defense in the NFL. It wasn't Jacksonville, it was us. And then Milton got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Then we started to become a little vulnerable in the with our front seven in the run game. But yes, I don't think they're gonna run the ball on us. There's no Nico Collins plan. I didn't think they were gonna be doing too much anyway with Nico. So without Nico, it's gonna get hectic. But let's get into some of this film breakdown because I think the Patriots can win this game. You know what I'm saying? I think they can. I think they're gonna be able to be fine on offense. They just gotta be patient. They gotta be disciplined. They gotta be willing to just take the check down. They got Drake. Listen, because I'm not an Eagles fan, so I would never accept nothing in a win that I would not accept in a loss. Drake, you have to protect the football. Just take the sacks. You don't even gotta do too much extra. Just take the sacks, but you don't want to you don't want to be scared. You want to move through the pocket and all that. But listen, if it's not there, just take the sack. You can even fall down. We're not doing the extra. Last week, gave a little pass because we won, but can't have that. We cannot have that this week. Not fumble the ball. You know what I'm saying? We're not fumbling the ball. Ball security is number one because we cannot let this, because we're going to be getting stops. We can't put that offense in position to get points when we're going to be like playing the all-time great defense. We cannot do that. So just protect the ball, be disciplined. You want every drive, like Jules said, we want every drive to end with a kick, whether it's a punt or a field goal or an extra point. Period. No turnovers. So I'm going to show y'all ways that they can move the ball down the field. So let's get to our first bit of tape. Now right here, the Texans run a lot of zone, right? They run a lot of zone. Now this is going to be good for the Patriots. I think last week was very good for the Patriots in prep for this game because the Chargers run most zone more than anybody, right? And they have Jesse Miller defense have a lot of disguises. One thing about Houston is they don't disguise anything. This is why they're the best. They're the best defense. Ain't no disguise. Ain't none of that shit going on. We just gonna come right out here, line up. You gonna see what the coverage is. You figure it out and you make a play. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. They run a lot of zone, and they can do that because they can rush forward. So they're gonna run. You gonna see right here. We got a top deep third, bottom of the screen deep third, single high safety. It's looking like this is either gonna be cover one or they're gonna rotate to cover two. But they're coming out and showing you okay, this is a cover three look. So how can you beat this? I think this is gonna be a big part of the Patriots game plan. We got a little play action. You seen Gainwell get into the flat. At the top of your screen, you see Thielen clearing out. DK Metcalf coming across the screen right here. I think this is going to be key. And I think the Patriots are going to be able to do this better than the Steelers because Drake May is an actual mobile quarterback. It was multiple times Monday night that Aaron could have made something happen with his legs, but this is not Aaron of old. This is 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, so where he can't do much with his legs. And I think this is going to be different. When you see this open up, you see Azeez Al-Shire starts to sprint down to Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be huge in this game if the Patriots utilize a lot of bootlegs, moving the pocket because of his actual legs. They're going to know, okay, he had 66 yards on the ground against the Chargers. He's going to get out of there. So a lot of these type of opportunities are going to open up, especially if you put Drake May on the move. You see Aaron Rodgers sets his feet, hit DK Metcalf right in stride. So I think moving the pocket, running a little bootlegs with the play action, that's going to help keep the pass rush off you, not making Drake May just such a standstill target. Because they're going to run a lot of this. They're going to run a lot of these three deep zone coverages, just playing straight up. So if you can move the pocket, get a little misdirection going, I think that can help slow down the speed of this Houston defense just a touch where you can Josh McDaniels can kind of scheme some things open. Let's get to our next breakdown. Now, right here, like I said, this is flat out what it is. I don't need to have to show nothing. Because you're going to see right here that they're showing this single high safety. So you know, whatever they show you, not 9.5 times out of 10, that's what you're getting. Because they don't disguise anything or nothing. So you know this is either cover 3 or this is a cover 1 single high look. And maybe like a cover 1 rob or something. But it's kind of easy for you to know what's going on. It's just about, can you execute against this elite defense? So you're getting a man-to-man situation right here with a single high safety. Now, you're going to see they motion Jonnu Smith in. They have the 2 tight ends out there. And you're going to see Stingley and Kamari Lassiter are 2 very aggressive corners. The reason they're so aggressive because the pass rush is so good. They already know in a lot of teams' game plan, they want to get the ball out quick. This is probably going to allow for Kayshon Boutte, Cal Williams. I think probably that's it. If Mac Hollins was healthy, Mac would be in this mix too. But this is going to allow, I don't know if they're going to use Chisholm in that way, but I know for 100% fact they're going to use Kayshon and Cal as deep threats. This is also something I want to say about the Patriots. I don't want them to go into the Houston Texans game being scary. I just want them to play smart. I want them to play, like I said, patient and disciplined. But I don't want them to be scary. I want them to come out. I'll come out first play of the game, throw a shot to Kayshon Boutte or throw a shot to Cal Williams. First and down, 1st and 10, come right out. Let them know, like, we ain't scared. We gonna play smart. We gonna have a game plan, you know what I'm saying, to play efficient football, but we don't come out scared. And this is something right here because I feel like you can get them on a few double moves just because they assuming that the pass rush is gonna get there, so they're gonna be playing very aggressive. So when you watch this right here, Aaron hikes the ball at the top of your screen, you're gonna see DK Metcalf kind of get chipped a little bit and go in and fake like he's gonna run a dig route. And you look at Stingley. Stingley's already breaking on this. Stingley's already breaking. But what happens is, as he's kind of coming across the middle of the field, look where Stingley's at. Stingley's totally out of position. Out of position. And then allows DK Metcalf to kind of just step like a Euro step. Whoop, whoop. 1, 2. I'm on the outside of him. And then this was the play that DK Metcalf ended up dropping the pass. And then Aaron Rodgers kind of iced him out. I think that also hurt the Studs in the game because Aaron Rodgers be doing dumb shit. But like I said, we could probably get some sluggos and kind of some stutters goals because these DBs are going to play very aggressive because they know this pass rush is ferocious. So they know a lot of people going to want to run some quick stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball at the quarterback hands, and this how Derek Stingley has a lot of picks on the years because just knowing his team shrimp. So it's like, all right, he ain't got that much time. So if he go here and then make this move, I'm breaking on it. That's why you see Stingley is, if Aaron Rodgers, this was like a skinny post, Stingley's jumping, like Stingley's gonna be standing there like he's all over that, but it's not. It's a corner route. And DK sells it perfectly. He just drops the pass. You get what I'm saying? So let's get into how the Patriots can utilize that last week's film in previous weeks to their advantage. Now, they got Mumford Jr. in, so they got 6 down linemen, and then they got Hunter Henry, right? What this is going to be called is just straight verticals with Ramondre Stevenson running the check down. Up here, we got Kayshon Boutte running this out and up because they're going to run a lot of cover 3. As you see, the Chargers ran a lot of this. So Kayshon's going to run this out and up because that's going to push this boundary corner. The boundary is going to be wide open because they got the 3 down linebackers in here. It's different with like a DB, you know what I'm saying, because he's quicker for this out. If this really is an out route, but since this linebacker in, it's way more easier. Then you got Stephon Diggs, gonna run a shriek, and then Hunter Henry's gonna run down the seam. We got 2 seam routes and an out and up. This is key because the seam routes occupies the middle third. It occupies the middle third. So you're going to see, once Kayshon runs this out and up, if Taheeb does not, I think his name Taheeb Steele, if he doesn't keep playing his outside third, Hunter Henry can literally veer off towards the sideline because Derwin James can't run over there because Stephon Diggs is also running down the seam. And if Derwin goes towards the sideline, Drake can throw this ball to the inside of this outside corner because this corner has outside leverage. So watch. At the bottom of your screen, you can watch this right here. He has outside leverage. So there's nothing he actually can do at all because he has outside leverage. So now we go back. We got Hunter Henry running the seam right here. We got Kayshon Boutte running this out and up. This is like a hole shot because he has to play this because otherwise Hunter Henry would be wide open. Hunter Henry would be wide open. Once if he takes this down, then all this is open. It's all green grass. All this is green grass right here. All this is green grass. So he hits this whole shot right in between the curl flat defender and this deep third defender. Kayshon slows down to his zone, throw it to him. Big play by Kayshon Boutte in the Patriots offense. So now, boom, get to the next play. Now we're going to have another cover 3 look. We're going to have Tony Jefferson drop back, going to this deep third, middle third. Derwin James drops down. Hunter Henry is going to come across the field to run this corner route. In motion, he's going to come in motion. We got another 6-down lineman set with Mumford Jr. And I think this is probably going to be key because they want to probably go jumbo to match with personnel and then try to run the ball. So that's why you see they have 3 linebackers on the field. Now it's going to be interesting to see what Houston does, but the Chargers opted to go 3-down linebackers just because once you put 6 linemen on the field and then put two tight ends on the field, it's just a lot of big bodies, and you don't want DBs out there because those guys are small. You're going to motion Hunter Henry, and then you got Kyle Williams, the speedster. I think he's going to be key in this game too because they're going to respect their speed. The Texans last week, you don't really watch too much of that film because they didn't respect the deep ball. I thought the play calling was not really that good. They know Drake May is the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. And when you put guys like Kayshon Boutte, a deep threat, Kyle Williams, a speedster, a deep threat on the field, it's going to push that defense. Those DBs have to respect that. They can't play too aggressive because you might get burnt. Yeah, Kyle Williams, the speedster, he is going to run a clear out route, and then Hunter Henry is going to come across the backside. This also is like a fire zone blitz, like a zone blitz, where they're going to have Henley, the middle linebacker, shoot the gap. He's coming down blitz, and it was an amazing block by Trevion Henderson. So you're going to watch this. Motion Hunter Henry. Get set, bam. Great block by Trevion. And now when you watch this, by Derwin James having to rotate down, it allows enough space for Hunter Henry to be able to run right in between this corner and Derwin James because Derwin James has to come down just a couple extra steps because of the play action. And then now you see he has to turn around and run. Drake slides off to his left away from the pressure. Those are amazing ball. Layer right over Derwin James for the only touchdown they scored that game. Right? And that's pretty much what they're going to have to do. Probably get into these big jumbo sets, a lot of play action. You know what I'm saying? And then get the Houston, use the Houston aggression against them. You know what I'm saying? And be able to create some plays down the field. I think that's what they should do. Now, switching over to the Patriots on defense. Let's get into this defense, though. This defensive film. Now, what the Patriots have to worry about is that even though there's going to be no Nico Collins, they have guys with speed. Kirk has some speed. Higgins has some speed. Noah has some speed. Hutchinson, he cool. But what they like to do is they like to run a lot of backside posts. I noticed this because the last video, like I said, when I broke down the Houston Chargers, the Houston Texans and the Chargers game, that's how they burnt the Chargers twice for those 2 big touchdowns. It was on like backside posts. So what you're going to see here, you know what I'm saying, is they're going to move Christian Kirk in motion for this backside post. They're going to run Xavier and they're going to run Higgins on 2 ends. They both going to run ends. And this is a perfect play call because you see this is going to end up being man-to-man. It looks like cover 3, but it's actually a man-to-man with a robber, with Jalen Ramsey and a robber. So now it's going to go to cover 1. Because once you see this, bam, you see now Jalen Ramsey sits in the middle of the field. Kyle Duggar's on this outside hash. And Joey Porter and who's this other corner? I don't think that was Asante Samuel Jr. So I don't even know who that is. But it don't even matter. Don't even matter. They're playing man to man. But what happens? CJ sees it, sees Duggar in the middle of the field, and knows that, oh, if this is man to man, all this space back here is wide open. All that space is wide open. You see him step up, throw it confidently, hit Christian Kirk on a big play. And they're gonna run a lot of these because CJ Stroud, that's like what he's best at throwing. These deep crossers, deep overs. Now, let's talk about the ways to attack this Houston offense, because I don't see a really good offensive line. That's why another reason I don't believe in them, because I don't see what the Houston offense is great at. They're not great really scoring wise. They're not really great passing the ball. They're not really great run blocking, pass blocking, in the passing game in general. Like I don't really see. CJ Stroud and the rookies, Nolan Higgins, don't have the best connection or whatever. So I don't really know exactly what this offense is good at. And every elite defense that's won a Super Bowl, their offense usually was really good / great or elite at something. What meaning, like, most of those teams probably were elite at running the ball, or they had some really dynamic, I don't really see that with this Houston offense. And it's easy to get after this Houston offense, because as you can see here, they're going to bring it's going to be a 6-man pressure look, but they're only going to bring 5. They're going to end up bringing this safety off the edge, and then you're going to have Queen and the other linebacker drop out. But this is going to confuse the interior line. This is also going to come with a stunt. Now, this is a look that I thought a lot of teams would go to more because it works so good against the Houston Texans. And the first time that I ever seen this was against the Chiefs, when the Houston Texans played the Chiefs, and the Chiefs kept doing this. And that was the halfway. For a moment of time, they only had like 28 yards in the entire half, like during the fourth quarter. And the Chargers went to this. When in that video I made, that I said the Chargers should have went to this. They should have started the game like this. There's no point of even playing with this offense because the offense is not really good. So there's no point of even giving them anything. So let's go ahead and play it. You're gonna see the linebackers drop out. You're gonna see the stunt wrap around from TJ Watt, and then it's gonna fortunately end in a sack from, I think that's Harmon, the rookie. Now we're gonna show you the end zone view. You got six on the line, in which they're gonna bring I think this is Chuck Clark around the edge, and they're gonna get TJ Watt stunt inside. Stunt. Jake Andrews runs for some reason, and this is what I mean by like the communication. What I mean by the communication. Somehow, some way, Jake Andrews is gonna be taking the safety that's way out here. That's way out here. Instead of it being, okay, he gonna take this edge, instead of it sliding, like, okay, the running back or whatever the case may be. When you see this setup, watch this. He realized they dropped. Him and Woody Marks comes and takes the safety, which allowed TJ to just kind of come around the middle. Once he makes a stunt, it's like he just it's a free pressure because the center's not there. Because Woody Marks is going to pick the safety up. So it's just bad interior offensive line play, like, in general. And this is what I meant by when I said the Chiefs were the first people I seen do this. You're going to have 6 down players on the line of scrimmage, 6 on the line of scrimmage. You're going to have the 2 linebackers drop out of there because it's going to confuse the interior. And then you're going to send this safety as the overload on this. This will be the offense's left side, but the defense is right. So once you see this, they're going to bring the safety. Woody Marks takes the first guy. These 2 guys lost. Safety runs right to CJ Stroud. Just free rusher. Simple. And I think the Patriots game plan is going to, from the Chargers week, is going to also go over into the Houston Texans week. Because why? You just watched that play against the Chiefs. Okay. Now let's get to the next play. This is the same thing that the Patriots were doing to Justin Herbert. So once you see this, you're going to see we got 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. to occupy each offensive lineman. And teams do this because you want your pass rushers to be able to get a one-on-one. You want them to get a one-on-one because it gives you a better chance of them beating their blocker because it's on a one-on-one. It's no double team or any of that. And then it speeds the quarterback's clock up because he's thinking pressure might come. So what happens? Once he gets ready to come, now here we have Craig Wilson start to rotate down to the box. He's going to come on the safety blitz off the edge. And then they're going to play a man coverage behind this. Man coverage is also something that CJ Stroud and the Houston offense struggles to beat on a consistent basis. They really struggle with man-to-man, when teams play man-to-man against them, especially when you bring a little pressure with it. So now you're going to see Craig Wilson wait, come to the line of scrimmage at the last second. Now you're going to see the Patriots run this tackle and stunt. Literally, the guard is with Milton Williams, the tackle is with Milton Williams, the running back sees the safety. So now Vidal's way over here, and then Jennings is just running free to the quarterback. And even if Herbert kind of somehow spins out, Milton Williams right there, Craig Wilson right there, the play is over with. The play is literally over with. So yeah, so that's why when we go through that film, that I'm really confident that we can beat the Houston Texans, because I feel like it's certain ways, it's a plenty of ways for us to exploit them on the defensive side of football, but offensively, I think we can be able to make some plays. I think Drake May's leg is going to be huge. I think if we get the running game going, it's going to be huge. I think them respecting our passing game more is going to be huge. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that like Drake is going to have 350 yards, no. But what I'm saying is that us having the actual ability to really push the ball down the field, not just chucking up prayers, but actually being able to run routes and have guys that can make plays down the field is going to affect the underneath game, which will probably be more helpful. You know what I'm saying? Move in the pocket to be more helpful. So that's my opinion. We're going to probably drop that Denver Bills breakdown tomorrow. So come back to the channel for more content, man. I hope y'all like the content. Like, comment, subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? Tell a friend, and the brains, I'm out.